5%.
What's up, disciplined investor?
We got Benzinga CEO Jason Raznick here with us.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Nash.
Peter Schiff on the Power Hour with us live today. Interesting, different, unique, innovative companies. Mia, you are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Jessica Billingsley is the CEO of Akerna, the best trade idea resource out there.
Hey guys, what is up? We're hitting you with a little
Ruell.
Ruell report tonight. Yes.
How's it going?
Hey Ryan, we're hitting you with a little Ruell report late tonight, guys. We're gonna try to get the showtime figured out. Right now we have Ryan from Unibus pitch hitting for Luke. What's up, Ryan? How
What's
you
up,
doing?
guys? I'm doing good. Just got home back in Ann Arbor. Went to Detroit for the day at Benzinga headquarters, so that's always a ton of fun. Snowy roads though, so I got back just a little bit late. So I'm sorry about that, Ruel.
No problem. Thank goodness. Thank goodness you got back. I do not miss the snowy roads, man. Let me tell you what. I'm down here in Arizona now. I don't know if you know, but I'm a Michigan State grad. You go to Michigan, right? We might have lost Ryan.
I'm sorry about that. You're gonna have to forgive me. I'm on my phone today.
No worries. Well,
I got disconnected.
Well, some news that I want to hit the guys with today, and and just to let you guys know, Ryan's coming in on his cell phone, so he might get disconnected. But some news that I want to hit you guys with today, and I want Ryan to weigh in on if he's if he still has connection. There's two big things, and just to let you guys know, my patrons get this first. If the Patreon is something you guys are interested in, just check out my channel. You can come over to my channel. Just type in darkhorsewatcher.com / to my YouTube channel. And you can watch any of my videos. The link to the Patreon is in there. And I give a weekly stock or a weekly crypto watch list if that's something you're interested in. But all the information I'm going to give you, like my patrons got first. Also, a couple days later after my patrons get it, something you guys might not be aware of is we have a Benzinga crypto channel. And all you got to do is go to Benzinga crypto, type that in, and I think it's like the 5th or 6th entry down. So we have tons of crypto videos as well.
Yeah, you can also see it just by going to Benzinga's YouTube channel, and it's connected to that too.
Okay, sweet. So info is also a little bit here. So two big pieces of info. Hedera. So I told you guys about Hedera on here 5 days ago, and my patrons got it about 2 weeks ago. I was saying that it's about to explode, and we got some big piece of news here. I got this news from a member of the Underdog crypto community. I do frequent collaborations with Underdog. Check out his community. Here we have Shinhan Bank to conduct stablecoin international remittance POC on Hedera network in partnership with major multinational bank, and said even simpler in their little Twitter update, South Korean won, I believe that is, KRW backed stablecoin international remittance POC on Hedera. So Hedera is going to try out a stable South Korean won coin. Very, 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 very huge news that Hedera is going to do that. Really, I'm expecting the price to do some stuff. It's already kind of doing some stuff up 10%. What do you think about that, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, it's really pumping right now. I don't follow Hedera super closely. Don't they do private smart contract blockchains like as part of their business model as well as being a public blockchain?
Well, they're just kind of getting up off the ground, to be honest. They've been out there a little bit. A lot of the crypto community doesn't necessarily like Hedera because they have like big corporate overlords backing them, like Google and some other people, but
Yeah, I know they have really impressive adoption. I know that's for sure. They have some super impressive partnerships, like you said, Google. I think Samsung's another one.
yep, that's right. And a lot of people don't like that because they have like kind of like centralized overlord backers. But
Right.
here's the thing: like if you got those people backing you, you're probably going to do some big things, which is what we're seeing right now with them trying an actual stable coin for the South Korean yen, or won. I'm sorry. And there's also the fact that they're doing oh my god, I just lost my thought. Um, okay, they're DeFi. Their first DeFi project is going to be launching pretty soon here. It's called AKT. So that's really going to get some money flowing in there. And I think just like we saw with Phantom, how Phantom kind of got his DeFi and everything going, and it just rose up from like 60 cents all the way to like two something dollars. I think we're going to see some of the same things with Hedera here.
That seems like a good take. I remember when Binance Coin first released Binance Smart Chain, and the same thing happened there too, because people all of a sudden they need to use the coin to have utility on the network. So then there's so much more demand. So I could see the same thing happening with Hedera here.
Yeah, so exactly. So I think and they have a couple other things rolling out. They already have some NFTs, but they have their NFT site rolling out soon. It's called Pearl NFT. So the lights are going to come on pretty soon in Hedera, and yeah, I think getting it down here at 30 cents is pretty much a bargain. Um, the next thing I want to play with you guys is Oasis. And Oasis Network, or Oasis Foundation, excuse me, because there's a couple different Oasis out there. So just remember, this one's Oasis Foundation, and the ticker symbol is Rose on this one. So just know that because there are a couple Oases floating around. But these guys actually have a deal with Meta. That's right, Meta.
Really
Yes.
huge
So
news.
huge news. So again, like I told you guys, my patrons got it first, but I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna grab a link here, and you can watch my video for more details. But I'll give you just you guys like the cliff notes of it right now. But I still suggest watching the video. Um, so let's go over here and we'll get the direct link from Twitter here. So it's true. Oasis partnership with a Fortune 500 social media company is Facebook. And that's Meta. So Oasis and Meta AL. So AI, I'm sorry. So Facebook AI. Oasis is excited to be working with Meta AI, formerly Facebook AI, on a fascinating application of secure computing technologies in AI. So huge news there. And this happened around like I think it was November 18th. So we got a little flash of it, of people kind of responding to it, and it kind of died down with this whole crypto little mini crash we had. But I still don't think it's widely known information. So I think also getting this at 32 cents is a bargain. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. What's the market cap of Oasis at right now? It's not even in the top 100, correct?
No, it's not. Well, it is 100.
Okay, it's
So,
exactly 100.
right.
Wow. So yeah, I mean, is Oasis specifically focused on computing with AI technology, or do they do other things as well?
I'm glad you asked that. So I did a little bit of kind of connecting the tea leaves here. So we got already Facebook AI that they're trying to do, or Meta AI that they're doing the work with. So I came down here and some of the pertinent information up here about paradigms I get into in the video. So we're not going to touch that, but we'll touch the AI portion. Um, right here, let me see. 1 second. Okay, right here we got, it's founded by Don Song. Some words, and then she has won an Amazon Web Services machine learning research award for her work in protecting the public against AI generated fakes. I.e.,
Interesting.
yes, very interesting. And I did like some Googling of AI generated fakes. And basically, what I assume that they're talking about is deep fakes.
Right.
Now, putting all of that together, a deep fake is really only like an avatar of someone's face, really kind of done in a way where it looks so clean that you don't know it's not the person. So to me, if Facebook Meta has this type of technology, it's going to be so real and so lifelike that it's really going to retain like people in the metaverse. Well, what do you think about that one?
Yeah, I mean, this could definitely play out in the metaverse. I think maybe when Meta comes out with their initial metaverse, it may not be realistic enough for this to work, but it seems like they could use this right now just on their platform on Facebook, right? Or on Instagram that they own. They could use this for people producing deep fakes, and that's extremely valuable. I mean, I assume this contract they have with Oasis or using Oasis even, I mean, that could be billions of dollars right there. I mean, this is a huge industry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And like, what is that one app where we do like, it's almost a deepfake technology, the face app on I on Apple. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name though. I
I
know
can't
even
remember the name of
Snapchat
it.
does it to a degree, right? Like they can swap your face out with each other, but that's a little bit different than deepfakes. Deepfakes is almost like impersonating somebody through AI, right? Well, not even through
Exactly.
AI, but
Well,
yes.
yeah. It's through AI because it's like to make it real simple in my mind, it's just like matching patterns of, let's say like there was a Tom Brady deep fake out there. Let's say someone was trying to like you were doing a deep fake Tom Brady deep fake. It's just matching his facial features with your facial features and superimposing all of his like nuanced movements and patterns over yours, and then superimposing his voice and his patterns over your voice. So
Right.
it's essentially, to me, that's like they're making Tom Brady facial avatar on your face that actually looks like it's really your face. So so if they make that, that's going to be so lifelike.
Yeah, especially in the metaverse, right? If you're in virtual reality and you can't even tell the difference, I mean, this could play out over the next decade.
Hell yeah, dude. So that makes me super bullish on Oasis Network. And check out the video, guys, because I go into there's something like by Scientific American. Actually, the video doesn't, you can't hear the video. So I'm gonna see if I can find it here, and we'll look at it. Uh, I'm probably not gonna be able to find it in time. So let's see. Deep fake. Okay, got it. Now, Ryan, let me know if you can hear this once I play it. Okay, where's the video? Okay, here it is. Reality, so long of. Can you hear it?
Yep, I can hear it okay.
Okay. All right. So something that I want you to take a look, listen to is, okay. So I'm gonna play it at like the 5:57 mark, and the gentleman here says something right after this lady, which is very nice and intriguing to me.
If I was watching it on a telephone or if I had been watching it on a tube television.
I found myself thinking about the value of deep fakes in immersing people into an alternate reality, so long, of course, as they know that that's what they're about to be immersed in.
Right? And
Okay.
that's kind of just exactly what we were getting into. And let me play out just one more time for the people here, so they don't really have to rewind.
A tube television.
I found myself thinking about the value of deepfakes in immersing people into an alternate reality
So the value of immersing people in an alternative reality with deepfakes, which is basically exactly what the metaverse is, right? So, and this is a
Yeah.
Harvard computer science guy.
Well, when I think of deepfakes, usually I think of like illegal activity and impersonating someone, not really immersing yourself in an alternative reality. So that's really interesting. That's a good way to look at deepfakes as far as like an industry that can grow, as things get more immersive and as people want to have some type of alternative reality, because not everybody's going to want to be their real person in the metaverse, right? We see that with NFTs, and now we'll probably see this here with deepfakes.
That's exactly what I go into in the video, kind of. Now that you mentioned that, Ryan, I think what it's going to do, and it's actually kind of scary too at the same time, because you and I, we have our pictures like out on the internet, we have our voice out on the internet. Someone could easily make a deep fake of us and like do some illegal crap, and like who's to say? But I think that will just mean that more people will gravitate over to NFTs and try to protect their identity, which will kind of increase NFT sales. Um, and and just in case you guys don't know what a deepfake is, and this is courtesy of Scientific American, by the way. So hopefully they don't try to rip this video down or anything. We're going to look at this Richard Nixon deepfake, and basically what they're saying, what this actor is saying, because this actor is voicing Nixon, and it's a deepfake of Nixon. What he's saying is what would have happened had Buzz Aldrin and the Apollo mission, had they like got in trouble and were out of oxygen and died. So basically, this is an actor. They take his face and they deep fake it. So what I would want you guys in the crowd to imagine is this being someone with a Bored Ape face on instead of like a Richard Nixon face on, or like a who's a popular guy like The Rock face on, or a Kevin Hart face or a Trump face on. So imagine that.
Will stay on the moon to rest in peace. These brave men, Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin, know that there's no hope for their recovery.
So imagine that in the metaverse. Now you're in the metaverse, and say like for celebrities, they're probably just going to use like an avatar of their own face, and you're like talking to Snoop Dogg in like Sandbox. You're talking to Snoop Dogg via Sandbox or something like that, via Facebook, and it's going to be so real and lifelike if they're using that type of technology, that like you might have people in the metaverse just like crazy. It's really like the Harvard professor said, it's really going to immerse people into that life and really like retain them in this meta life. Ryan, you still there?
Yeah. And, a thought that comes to mind with this deepfake and AI stuff in the metaverse is, could celebrities monetize their likeness through deepfakes and AI? Because that would be interesting. Like, think maybe if Snoop Dogg was able to make 100 NFTs of himself, that's a deepfake AI. And then you could, maybe hire one of those deepfakes to throw a concert in the metaverse at a cheaper rate than you could, hire Snoop Dogg to throw a concert in the Sandbox. Something like that could play out pretty cool.
That's very interesting. And have you heard now they have like Sandbox is doing this, and I've been saying this for like months, like the whole like Bored Ape Yacht Club thing and the whole like virtual land thing, it gives us a closer access to celebrities than we could ever have. And you got all these people like Jimmy Fallon and all of that buying Bored Apes. So suppose you make an NFT and like you get name a person that anyone would want to see, like Elon Musk or Kanye, and you got this virtual land. And now if you own the part of this NFT, if you own an NFT in this collection, you get to actually meet or party with them. The stuff is just endless. And that's what Sandbox is finally doing. Sandbox has this like party with Snoop like pass. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I saw that. That was really cool. And they were selling for over 1 ETH each, which is just amazing. But to see Snoop Dogg, get into the metaverse like this, and now we're seeing big brands like Adidas and Atari buying land in the Sandbox too. I mean, it's crazy how much adoption has came in such a short time.
It really is. And it just makes you think like, okay, like it opens up so many more avenues for money. And since we're in this whole like Rona time, people might be more apt to just want to do this than to actually go. And then, we had that whole thing with Astro World. People might be more apt to just like, forget this. I'm not going out of my house. I'm not going to get trampled. I'm going to go view a concert in Sandbox. You know what I mean? Like, and not have to worry about, getting sick or getting trampled on. Like, so this opened up so many avenues that way. Like, and I can even see someone saying, okay, like, what if Benzinga like had NFTs and they were like, okay, come meet Jason Raznick and like figure out how to be a CEO of your own company. Like, I'm sure some people would buy that. I'd buy it, So like it opens up so many freaking avenues for people to earn money and to like rub elbows with celebrities.
Yeah, and we saw Lil Baby throw a concert in New York City for Bored Ape Yacht Club holders, which is great, but it's not super accessible, right? Like through the metaverse, everybody can access a private virtual reality concert like that. So not only if people are afraid of getting sick or getting trampled or anything like that, but also if you could be anywhere in the world and you have access to network with all these people in the clubs and go to these private events, no matter where you are, right? So I think that part is pretty cool too. I mean, you could have a huge event with 30,000 people all across the world at the same time.
Yes, exactly, my man. That's exactly how I feel about that. And that's why I'm so high on CEEK. And of course, CEEK's had a nice time. We put this on the crypto channel at like 50 cents.
Man, you called this one. This was so impressive. You called it right before it ran up, and it went up like 300+% just a couple weeks after you gave this shout out. I mean, not even a couple weeks. It was like a few days after.
Thanks, my man. I appreciate it. And the patrons, I gave this to the patrons at like 2 cents. It's one of those things like when I saw it, it was just like, there's no brainer. And, I did my research and it just so happened that Facebook came out with the whole meta thing on top of this. Man, you got Lady Gaga, House of Gucci herself, Demi Lovato, Dwayne Wade. You got so many people on here, and they're doing exactly what Ryan just mentioned there. They're having virtual concerts, celebrity sports games, esports. Like the stuff is endless. And they're soon to be coming out with land. So be on the lookout for that, guys. I definitely got a couple virtual lands on my docket, and I'll hit you guys with the virtual lands that I have. And then I think that's probably all we got for today because I know Ryan has to have a test. He's going to take a test, so I don't want to hold him too long. This has been fun, man. We got to do this again.
For sure.
So if you guys don't know, OpenSea is kind of the place where you want to go if you want to get kind of virtual land. But at this point, Sandbox and Decentraland, they're like at 13K. Now, if you're like a company and you're trying to rub noses with all these companies, then maybe you can afford that. But if you're just a run-of-the-mill person like myself, you can't just shell out 13K. So what I wanted to hit you guys with, and I have a video on this as well, so you can check out the video. There's some lower cost land that you guys can get. One of which, and here's my test. My test is I'll go over here, I'll go to Twitter, and I'll search up a project, and I'll see, okay, how many followers do they have? So, because I want to know that, you know, that there's enough people that if I wanted to sell my land, I could. I want to know that there's a lot of people interested in the project. That's what I want to know. So we got 70K followers here with Embersword. And I was lucky enough, the Embersword people gave me a plot of land, but I'm actually kind of thinking about going on here and buying more. Wow. So I keep mentioning this to you guys. Last time I mentioned the Embersword land, it was like at 0.07 ETH. I mentioned it a while ago. It was at like 16. It just keeps going up and up and up and up. So this might be something that you guys want to look at. The Embersword people, definitely check them out. It's going to be somewhat like an RPG game. I don't think they're going to have anything playable until next year because they're really putting a lot into making this like balls to the wall, like the best. So, and people are seeing that, and as you can see by their Twitter followers, you know, they're putting a lot into it. Had you heard of Embersword before, Ryan?
No, I'm not familiar, but it is really impressive that the land is going for a quarter of an ETH right now, with the play to earn game not even being out. I'd imagine once that play to earn game comes out, that's going to be a really big catalyst for the land's value, because I'd assume you would probably need that land in order to earn crypto inside of their RPG game.
I believe that's true, but they're I think they're looking to have it like this, like kind of like Star Atlas, like whole like metaverse economy. So one thing to note, you guys, if you want a plot, this is a plot. I just have a plot, but you can go down here and buy settlements, cities, towns, and capitals. I think none of the capitals are for sale because like you had to be like a really special person to get a capital. Yeah, so somebody has offers up for every one of them because they just know. So those are going for 6 or like their
They
value is
have
probably
bids
more
for
than that.
6, right? Yeah, their value is probably at least double that at this point.
Yep. And here we
What
have
about town?
towns. Yeah, so towns are going for God. For I guess the last sold one was 6 for this one. That's the highest one for that one at least. I'm willing to bet there's probably one higher. But you know, these are at least 6 ETH. Then you got the cities. Wow. City last sold for 30 ETH here. So I'm taking my little land and I'm continuing to hold on to it. I'm probably going to try to buy another piece if I can here, but it just keeps going up and up and up. And if you guys want to check that on OpenSea, it's an easy way. You can just go to activity here and it'll kind of show you like what to expect there.
And it looks like the volume's picking up actually a lot too there. If the bars are the volume, I'm not super familiar with this chart, but it looks like the bars are the volume, and then the volume's been picking up quite a bit.
Yep, I think you're right on that one. Let's see if we can do 30 days. Yep, it looks like it. So that's one. The next one, are you familiar with the game Splinterlands?
I am not.
So this is a play to earn game, guys. I have videos on this one as well if you want to check it out. It's very reminiscent of like Magic the Gathering type feel to it. But the fun part is you actually get to play to earn. And another fun part about this is you don't really need to have a wallet to play this game if you want to. You can just come in here and buy credits with PayPal and whatnot. So I think both of those things are just gone like bananas for this game because a lot of people don't want to deal with wallets. So but just to play a little, just like to replay one of my battles. Just want to kind of show you guys what it looks like. But yeah, it has. Let me kill a music. The game has like a kind of a Magic the Gathering feel to it. You have your people. Your people can be picked in the game based on the amount of value that they give you, and you just battle. And there's different elements that you can use, and they turn the elements on and off. So if you're familiar with Magic, you'd understand this. So I'm just going to skip to the results here. But anyways, so that's the game. They're selling plots of land. Now, these land plots are a little bit difficult to get. If you guys want to know how to get this, just give me a follow. Come subscribe to me and leave a comment on the video, and I'll let you know how to walk through getting it. But on Hive Engine, they have these Splinterlands plots right here. And the chart on this is going to be a little weird because they list it in Hive, and Hive's gone up a lot. So is the it's going down the chart, but it's actually going up the value because the value of Hive is getting more. So it's kind of weird to see. But they started at around like $500, and they're up to like $815 right now. And one thing to note about this, guys, is that Splinterlands is partnered with Efinity, which is going to be Engine's metaverse. So let me just put that in right quick. And here we have it. Check out this Crypto Slate article about Engine's Efinity Metaverse Fund. Really awesome to have Engine diving into Splinterlands. Can't wait to see what they have in store. Help us welcome them to the family. So I'm assuming then that those land spots from Splinterlands is probably going to be in Efinity's metaverse. So those are two cheaper land plots that you guys can buy. This one for Splinterlands at about $800, and the one for Ember Sword. And just with the Ember Sword land, just make sure you see the blue check here, or otherwise it's not Ember Sword land. Ember Sword land going for around like 1,000. So what do you think about those two prospects, Ryan?
Yeah, I really like how they are working with Engine. I mean, Engine's a huge protocol on Ethereum, so I'm sure that'll be a catalyst for growth. What's the utility of that second land that you showed me? Because it's like a Magic the Gathering card game, right? So what do you actually do with the land that you own in this type of game here?
I'm glad you asked that question. Very good question there. So for Splinterlands land, they're going to hold on. I think we can find it really quickly. Oh no. So basically the land here, what they're going to do with the land is they're going to have you rent the land, and when you rent the land here, you'll be able to buy potions and do a whole bunch of things. Hold on one second. So once you buy the land here, you'll be able to build potions and make items that are going to be equipped on your characters.
That's
So
really cool.
I can find a spot for that. Oh, one thing to note about that too is that this game has the ability to rent cards. So when you rent cards, you can it's another way of earning money here. So
do you ever rent your cards out, or do you usually just play with them?
I usually play with them because I don't like, I'm building up my card set because this game has actually been around for about 3 years. And like they're growing like 1,000 members every month. And but the thing to that is that if you buy the land, not only are you generating items and stuff like that, you'll also be able to rent out the land. So let me see if I can find this thing here. Let's see. Land. Slender lands. Land. Okay, here we go. Okay. Upcoming expansion that will grant owners the ability to craft their own items and spells and use for Splinter Lands battles. And basically what they've said is they're not going to make any more plots or land in this. This is it. 100,000 of them are plots. And then I think a certain amount of them are tracks and regions, but everything that is on Hive is only plots because those tracks are worth like 50K or something like that. So yeah, I do expect these plots to kind of see a higher level of value once they start being implemented. But yeah, that's what it's going to do. It's going to give you the ability to use potions and spells and items for your players.
Really cool. Well, I like your take on these because, a lot of retail investors will be coming in and they're going to want to buy some type of virtual reality land, and they're not going to be able to buy the sandbox land. They're not going to buy the Decentraland land, right? Those are kind of reserved for businesses at this point. I think, like, especially Decentraland and the sandbox, businesses will be buying those and developing some type of metaverse on that land for people like us to go in and explore, but it's not really for us to own. It's more so for us to go in and they'll monetize it in some way where we can maybe pay a small fee in Ethereum and go check out a museum in Decentraland or go check out a casino on the sandbox. So getting into land like this, I think, could be a really cool play.
Yeah, that's my thought there, man. And then actually one more to leave you guys with before I go. Because we mentioned Hedera, and I thought this idea that Hedera has is pretty cool. I'm going to sign in here so I can show it to you guys. Okay. So it's this thing called V-Access, and basically they're calling it a metaverse for the people. And what they're doing is they're selling these things called metacores. And each metacore basically gives you the ability to have your own metaverse pretty much on their site. And each metaverse basically, okay, so with each metaverse, they're trying to kind of get a interconnected metaverse type deal, because along with holding these metacores, you're going to get paid out tokens that you can use in anyone's metaverse. So I thought that was pretty cool because here you'll have what is this 15K metaverses connected together, and all of them interlocking communities feeding off one another with these tokens. And I could foresee someone saying, okay, I'm going to rent out my metacore because I'm not really going to use it. I'm going to rent it out to this business, and then now this business can be a part of the metaverse. Or even saying like, okay, I'm going to have my pieces of my metacore as advertisement. So certain companies will charge me X amount of money to advertise on my metacore because I'm driving this much traffic to my site, something like that. So I thought this was a pretty good idea. I'm still waiting for them to output their white paper, which is going to be this Friday, I believe. But until that happens, I have my own here. and I think it's pretty interesting. They haven't. I don't know all of what they're doing yet, except for the coins. But here they have some like pretty cool things, like member only merch that you get to have partner collab QFTs, which is what they call NFT. They're quantum FTs or something. And you get to have your name attached to a real life Metacore. I think this is pretty interesting. What do you think about this whole concept?
Yeah, I think we're so early in the metaverse that it's really hard to tell what future applications there will be for things like this. But I mean, I think there's certainly value in having a standalone metaverse so you're not, next to someone else you may not want to be next to. It's cool to have your own standalone place someone can visit. And if somebody wants to go around to someone else's metaverse like they could in this, they could do that without having it all be in one virtual reality world like it is in Decentraland and the Sandbox. So I think it's a novel idea and it could play out really well. I haven't seen any other projects do something like this.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it. I think it's unique because I haven't seen anyone else do it. And if they play it right, like I know they already have West Coast Customs, the whole car company from Pimp My Ride, attached to one of these. So if they can get like some cool metaverses attached to these, it may be worth it for people just to come in here, get the coins, and like spend on these other metaverses. But we'll see. But that's something that's only going to add more value to Hedera coming up. And that's all we'll hit them with today. Thanks for pitch hitting for Luke, Ryan. I appreciate that.
Oh, my pleasure. No, I like all these alpha plays. I mean, I've seen the ones you posted on Benzinga Crypto, and almost every single one has hit. So props to you for finding these, doing all this research. You're definitely providing
Thanks,
a ton of value to the viewers. So definitely check out Ruell's channel. Check out Benzinga Crypto. There's a ton of content for you guys to see that Ruell's put out. So props to him.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. So kind.
Of course.
All right, guys. We'll hit you with another one next week. Hopefully we can get these times and stuff figured out because I like to have something consistent for you guys. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Catch us later. Peace.
Peace out.
This is Benzinga Live. Spencer Israel.